Hey, I'm Jason Catron, and this is the Vocal Lab Los Angeles. Welcome today. I'm really excited because Johanna Lindyel, all the way from Budapest, Hungary, is back with me today here in LA at the studio. And Johanna and her brother have been clients of mine for 4 years. Yeah. They moved here to go to high school here in Beverly Hills and started working with me right away, and that was a really fun process. We were actually having a little memory lane earlier talking about when they had first moved here, and when I first met Johanna, and she had a little bit of English trouble when it came to song, right? Some of the enunciations were really tricky for her. So we spent a lot of time early in our work together trying to get her English really forward and correct, right, inside of songs. And that still is an ongoing process at times. A little word or a letter will pop up. But it was amazing to see how her voice just started to become more naturalized and normalized through that process. And Yohi has an amazing voice. She is a big diva singer, a singer, my type of singer, and it's been really fun to really help build her vocal into what it is today. And so now you're back in Hungary, right? What's going on there? Tell us, let us know what you're doing.
Well, right now I'm actually starting to do something with my singing.
Good.
So I'm trying to find an accompanist, piano or something, and start performing at bars and restaurants, and hopefully get something out of it.
Yeah, of course. And that's been one of the things too in our relationship as not only her friend, but as a coach. And I often refer to, you guys are probably aware now, like every time I introduce someone, I almost always say, this is my client and friend, or I'll say my friend and client, because it's really what happens. We really, when I work with people one-on-one, especially in a ongoing process, like when you were here living in town, we would do sometimes 2-3 sessions a week, right? But I was seeing her and her brother both consistently every week, and they both were growing so much through that process. So through this friendship that developed, it really also part of the reality that comes out of that is I'm always encouraging her or other people to do it, right? Especially when you have the talent to go out there and really make some great music. And
it just took you like 3 years.
It just took 3 years. That's no big deal, right? But that's all right. It's all in process.
Yeah.
And when she came back this time to see me, it was really amazing because the first thing she sat down in the chair was like, well, I've got some good news. You're going to be happy. And she told me what she just told us, and that she's in the place where she's ready to step out and really start making some inroads with her music and figure out what her path is and what her career is going to be. Spent a lot of time working on the vocal and getting it where it needs to be, and that's been a huge and fun process, right?
Yeah.
And I'll brag on her a little bit too. Last year at her closing concert at Beverly Hills High School, it was at a church in Beverly Hills, and it was all the choirs combined, from classical choirs to show choirs to madrigals, and they had some solos from the seniors that stepped out, and she was one of them. And oh my God, I'm gonna get a little tear now. Aww. It was like you brought the house down. It was like so powerful, so epic, so big, and it was a big moment for you, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And it was a lot of fun, and I think you would probably say too, you proved a lot to yourself in that, didn't you? In that moment, being able to stand up there and deliver a big power ballad in front of all those people with all those singers too.
Yeah.
There was like 200 or 300 singers around you as well, and just confidently crush that song in a good way. That was huge. So I was back there going crazy, right? But so we still work together, even though she's in Hungary, and really excited to see what happens. Today, what we're going to do for you though is I think we're going to work on what Johanna and I still continue to work on, and that is really I think you would agree with me, what we're still working on is your confidence in delivering the song. you know your voice, at least you know that you have the ability to sing these songs, and she loves these songs. But you're still trying to figure out, maybe let's put it this way. What we work on a lot is how she trusts her voice to settle into a song instead of over singing it, right? Or at times being afraid of a note, right? And this is an ongoing issue with every singer. I can even face that in certain songs. I can be afraid of a note or a moment, and that fear will always jump to the front of the line if I'm not aware of that and I don't try to get control of that in some way. So that's really, other than keeping your voice healthy and in check, that's what we're working on most of the time, right? So Johanna is a great example of someone who can really sing her butt off, but still values the relationship that we have together and how I continue to keep her in check and keep her growing, and overall just helping you understand that you can sit inside of a song and deliver it no matter what, right? So what do you want to sing today?
Well, we could do the Impossible Dream that I sang at my concert.
I think that's
one.
Yeah, it's a great one. And we haven't done this in like a year.
Yeah.
We spent some time working on this song last year. A lot of time, right? And when you first come in, I think it's safe to tell people too, when you first came to me with it, you were, I don't know, would you say you were afraid of it?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right? Yeah.
For sure.
In what way were you afraid of the song?
The general I do, like with every new song, is that I can't do it, but I really want to do it. It's like no confidence at all in whether I can do it or not, but I really want to do it, so I go for it anyway.
Yeah, and you love big ballads, right? Power ballads.
Yeah.
That's her thing. So, to her benefit and what she thinks is maybe her detriment at first too, she comes in with these big, huge songs that her voice is capable of doing. We just have to find belief in your ability.
I always come in like, so Jason, like, I have this song, I can't do it, but we have to do it.
And I'm always like, oh, you can do that.
So make me do it.
And we spend time finding it. So let's do a little of this. We haven't done it in a year or so, but let's give it a shot here. And let's just see. Let's take it near the end here, into the last of it. Cool. Here you go.
And will be better for this. That one man scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage. His side dream, the impossible dream, and I reach the unreachable star.
Hey, overall, I'm gonna give that a really good grade. That was great, right? Tell us what'd you feel? What did you feel with it overall? Like your confidence level, maybe your mind as you were going through it, your ability to hit the note, grab the note, hang on to the notes, and maybe what do you think you want more of it or not in it?
Yeah, well, it was definitely more laid back, like not in a comfortable way at all.
Okay.
Like I kept thinking about like me singing this a year ago and what are the thoughts that went through my head then.
Okay.
And kind of comparing myself all along to how I did, like, oh, this didn't really quite come out as it did last year.
Okay.
Or like I feel like this is better. And that's kind of it. It's a lot of thinking right now.
Okay. Yeah, so
This
you're
song.
thinking a lot.
Yeah, just thinking a lot.
Okay. what do you want to see different in it vocally from your ear?
I think if I get into it emotionally and stop thinking, it will solve itself.
That's a good point. And that's probably true of you, right? And
yeah.
I think from my ear and what I'm sitting here seeing and thinking in my own head is, yeah, that was a pretty textbook approach to hitting every note, being very accurate, and being very balanced and let's say maybe thinner on the overall vocal, which allowed you to hit the notes and do it with what seemed to be ease, right? Definitely missing was the overall emotion in it, which we need. And I think for my taste and pleasure, the last note especially needs some oomph.
Yeah. For
right? Sure. And I remember last year we worked a lot on that, right? To get just under it, because, Yohi, one of her favorite singers is Jennifer Hudson. And so one thing we know about Jennifer Hudson is that girl sings from the deepest of places, right? And she just lets us have it. So let's go for this again, okay? Maybe let's have you stand up this time. Let me find a spot here. Let's maybe have you stand up and let's go for it again, same place, okay? And I don't think this time. I want you to just let it go. And if you hit a bad note, you hit a bad note, right? Every time I will always say to Yohi, and I call her Yohi, Johanna, and you guys out there, be okay to make bad notes. Be okay to let the voice break apart in your approach to find the right way to do it, right? Yeah. Because there's something happening here that we need to find. We need to find you taking what's technical and precise and move it into, and well thought out, and move it into the emotional, expressive, and let's say somewhat unsafe territory of just letting it go. Okay? Because this vocal especially, we need it to be not safe. Safe is pretty. Safe is going to be like, most people are going to be like, oh, you have such a nice voice. But safe is not going to make me want to burst out from whatever emotion I feel as you sing this song, right? Those are the unsafe places that take us emotionally on that journey with you. Okay, so that's what we want to hear in this place. So just go for it.
And the world will be better for this. That one man scorned and covered with scars, still strong.
Definitely more there, okay? I still want more though. Especially the last note, it still feels a little like thin. It doesn't quite have as much oomph. Now, one thing I noticed that you didn't have there was enough breath at the end, right? If you took a big breath, a pause, whatever that little run is you do, breath, stop, and then swell into it, okay? Okay. With a good undertone of swell. So let's try a little exercise. What note is that? Stop. It's a D.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go here. I want you to say here for me. Let's just say, let's say lightly. First say, ma 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 ma. Now give me more mama. give me more like whine in it. Say, mama.
Mama.
Yeah, pull your hands this way. Mama. Sit on it.
Mama.
There we go. Now that. Mama. Don't be afraid of it. Let's go above it. Nice. Feel it in your gut, in your diaphragm. Thank you. That's it. That's what I want. Popped in. That's it. Now go here for me. We're going to say, na, 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 na. Feel like you're stepping on top of each one of them. Step from your gut. Thank you.
Na 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 na.
Here we go. On this one, you're going to sustain it. Na 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 na. That's kind of right in here. I want a little more under it. Okay, a little more Here we go.
Na 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 na.
Good. One more time. That's great. I want you to reinforce it. You're going to just kind of like, as you do it, you're just kind of sit in the chair as you go down. So you're going to do this. You're going to say, na 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 na. Here we go.
Na 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 na.
That's it. Now I want you to sing that phrase for me. Okay. Let's do it a cappella. I want you to do just do the unreachable. Yeah. Do it on na. You don't have to do all the little runs. Na 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 na. Na. And I want you to feel a swell underneath it, okay? Don't do the little na. Just go na 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 na. And swell. Give me a little crescendo on. Here we go.
Na 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 na.
There you go. Like that. Okay, makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
One more time. Now really feel it. Feel yourself support, lean in, express, and open up with this. You come underneath it. Okay? You stand in it. You sit on it.
Yeah.
You lean into it with all of you. All those analogies go through your mind. Not notes, not words. Not, you know those, right? This is you being confident to feel, express, and own what you're doing. Ready? Here we go. One more time.
Na 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 na. Na.
Okay, we're getting there, right? Now let's do it one time. You can stand up this time. It'll be easier, probably. It's a big note. I want you to just do the unreachable star. Cool. Here we go.
The unreachable star.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Getting there, right? Feel more confident on it?
Yeah.
Okay. And notice what we did here. We went, at first we got on top of the note a little bit more, right? Just confidence, understanding that you can hit the note. We went up and around it, like I went above it a little bit and then below it. So you could dance around in little half steps and know that you could confidently just hit the note, right? In a comfortable way. Then we came back around with some oomph underneath it. What you're really missing there, emotionally and technically, is the oomph.
Yeah.
Right? That expression and thrust on the diaphragm on that note, and allowing you to tweak and tilt the word as you want to make it fit with more ability to crescendo on that. Right? That's really what we're looking for. Okay?
Yeah.
And I would suggest too, maybe on the last phrase, what is the last phrase again? The unreachable. What's right before that? To dream.
The impossible dream and reach.
And reach the unreachable. Okay, so I think on dream and reach, don't feel that you have to E so much. You can more Yeah, a little more open on it, right? To dream the unreachable, right? Okay, makes sense?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All right, let's try it one more time. Let's see what happens. Let's find our spot. I think we're right here. And here we go. Just let it all out this time. And if you want to move, if you want to step in it, if you want to, whatever, get in and underneath this note so that you can feel that voice just open.
Yeah.
Here we go.
The world will be better for this. One man scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage.
That's it. Come on, here we go.
Yes, I dream the impossible dream, and I reach the unreachable
Yeah, there we go. Now that had to feel so different,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What'd you feel? You felt more confident, obviously.
Yeah,
I could see that. I could hear that, right? What did it feel technically on that, especially the last note?
Easier.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
easier.
And
Do you have any like
was-
descriptive words of like the note, like how you got around it or under it that made
yeah,
maybe
like there
helped
was
you?
a lot of support.
the breath helped for sure, right? Right
and,
before.
And it just made it like a fixed note, like sturdy. I don't know.
That's a great word.
Yeah,
sturdy.
sturdy.
It felt sturdy.
Yeah.
Right? And when it feels sturdy, you're gonna feel that confidence.
Yeah.
Right? Anytime the voice gets a little shaky, we all question it at times,
Mm-hmm.
right? But we felt that, we heard it. Your little run in there was great, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
actually harder. What's interesting is the little run she does is harder, in my opinion, than is the big note, right?
Yeah.
But you're letting the big note be what's
I
hard
know.
for you, right?
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah.
Right? And now what she can do is take this and even more dynamic, right?
Yeah.
Because what happens is as we get more confident, we find more, more ability to express it, to belt it, to feel it, to punch it, hit it, pull back on all that, right?
Yeah.
I could go on, but through that confidence, you now have more, right?
Yeah.
And so now you can take this again and really start to own this song in your own way more and more, right? So that right there is how we find that big note, okay? Great?
Yep.
Thoughts, questions? Feel good about it?
Yeah.
All right, good. Well, Johanna, thanks for doing this with me.
Thank
It's been
you.
fun,
Yeah.
right? We're gonna keep working on this stuff. Watch out for her, because obviously I don't have to say it. She has a great voice, you know that. But I hope these tips have helped you, and especially all you females out there, keep working at those high notes, finesse them in, find a way to get on top of them, then get underneath them so that you can stand confidently right in that note and just give us your heart, your emotion, right? If you want help, I'm here to help. Again, Jason Catron with Johanna, the Vocal Lab Los Angeles. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching that last video. Do me a favor now, click right here and subscribe.